Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Laws of Life webcast network. And today we are now starting the Laws of Business Breakthroughs, hosted by Bimal Shah, the CEO of Rajparth Achievers. Bimal is a business coach, business strategist, and business expert. Bimal, how are you doing this morning? Bimal? You can't hear me. Okay, so I guess we're going to have to come back in 1 minute. Let's see if we can get him back. Bimal, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so welcome to the show, Bimal. And what is our topic for today? What are the laws we're learning?
So today you're going to learn the most important laws, business, everything in business like puzzles, right? It's like a puzzle piece and we have to find the missing pieces. So taking the right approach to this puzzle is putting everything in three different units: the before unit, the during unit, and the after unit. Because if you look at many aspects, every single function of your unit, of your business, has a before unit, a during unit, and after. Something happens before something happens, and then something happens after it happens, and which creates going back to how it happens in the before. So if you segregate your business issues into three different units, we can definitely solve many challenges and problems that you have in business. And I can walk through a live example so people can get an idea.
Yes, that would be amazing.
So one of the biggest things in business is business development, right? People are always looking for clients. People are building prospects or want to find new clients. So the before unit is have you attract your right clients, your right prospects to come into your world and talk to you. What are you doing in order to attract the right prospects? And then the key word is the right. You can be chasing anybody and everybody and you end up with nobody. So you want to be chasing the right people and the ideal client. You're not for everybody, and you have to get that in your head that you can't serve the entire world unless you have a massive investment, volume, scale, people, resources to scale to that level. Okay. Or unless you're building something online, e-commerce, or you're doing, a launch or a quick start, then, you can reach the masses. But if you're trying to reach a specific target audience, you should reach that and know who you're trying to reach. So that's your before unit. Okay, what are you doing? Do you know your target audience? Do you know who you want to reach to? Do you have a list? If not, if you scan the QR code, I'll help you build your 5-star prospect list. So that's your before unit. Now, going into your during unit is what are you doing for that prospect once you have identified for that prospect to step in to your world and have a conversation with you? How is that prospect knowing about you? So, any business that's run without advertising does not succeed. You can't succeed.
Yes, that's right. Advertising.
You have to. Advertising, PR, marketing. So people often confuse advertising and marketing and sales. So I'll make this very simple. Marketing is everything that you do to get your ideal pre-qualified, predisposed, pre-interested, pre-motivated prospect on the phone or face-to-face or on the screen. Everything that you do before that is marketing and advertising. Okay, sales is everything that you do while they're on the screen, while they're on the phone, while they're on your face-to-face meeting. That's sales.
Of course.
Okay.
It's a very important distinction.
Yeah, because sometimes people confuse that I need to hire a marketer. And what marketer mostly people refer to is a prospector who goes out there and hunts for business. And that is different from a marketing person. So a marketer versus a marketing person. A marketing person does all the marketing, prepares all the messages, prepares all the advertising, prepares everything to reach specific target audience, and has system sequences, campaigns, funnels, all that stuff to make it happen. So very different distinctions, and many businesses confuse a lot of these things. So that's why the simplest terms is before, during, and after, so that you don't get confused. What happens before? Break it down into different sequences. What happens during? Now, during, once the customer experiences, are you able to deliver a dream come true experience?
Oof, not an easy thing. The dream,
Right.
and we live in
So
a very
before,
critical society. It's not easy.
right, right. So before you even go into your before unit, you need to have your during unit absolutely taken care of. Because if you're not able to deliver a great experience to your customer, you should fix that first before you try to hunt for your new customers. You should,
Exactly.
you should know, what are the gaps, what are the weaknesses, because otherwise you'll be just chasing new customers, and customers will be leaving out the door, and there will be a lot of turnover in today's industry, in today's environment. With the advantage of the internet, it will be moments before the whole world knows, that you messed up. So it's very critical that you have your I's dotted and T's crossed, and you make sure you deliver a great experience. So that's your during unit. And after unit, in this business development example, is how you make your customers as multipliers, how they give you referrals, how they become multipliers. What do you do with your current prospects and current database that gives you more customers, so you don't have to go out and hunt for new? Then the same three buckets can be applied to a different function. So we apply to business development. We can also apply to hiring. Like when you're hiring people, what are you doing before you get the candidates in the door to interview, to get them to come to interview? Are you interviewing the right candidates? Are you interviewing anybody and everybody? Are you sifting through tons and thousands of resumes to find the ideal one? It's a complete waste of time to just go through resumes to find the right person. You should have an automated system where you're only looking at the person that ideally matches your profile.
True.
That should be your process in your before unit. The during unit is how you deliver a great experience to the candidate, because it's two-way street. When you interview a candidate, even though you're asking questions of a candidate, the candidate is also visualizing and thinking about whether I not want to work here or not. So it should be a two-way interview where both things are satisfied. So then you go into the after unit, is how they retain your employees, how they stay there and get you more key employees. So these three units, before, during, and after unit, can be really helpful. So yeah, one question: what's your opinion on virtual business card? Any type of message that works, go ahead and use it. As there is no such thing as don't use the business cards or use it, but as long as your business card is clear and gives a clear message, it's not too crowded and confusing. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're in person, you're saying something, or whether you're in your ad and you say something, or whether you're in your business card and you say something. It should be crystal clear on what you're delivering. The customer should understand in less than 5 seconds what you're all about. And if they don't get it, if your business card is a menu of services, I do everything, people are going to walk away.
That's right. That's great advice. And Beverly, thank you for that question. And that's what I tell you guys. This show, it's worth millions. Come on to this show every Monday. You can ask Mamal any question you want. And that is a great question. So, Beverly, we will send you a copy of Mamal's latest book.
Right.
Email me at blanca.lawsoflife.shop with your email.
And I'll give what was her name that she asked? Beverly, I'll give you 5 keywords for your virtual business card. Have a definitive, deliverable, desirable, measurable, valuable result that you point out in your business card. When you have that, a definitive, deliverable, desirable, measurable, valuable result that you mention in your virtual business card, you can have that go to a link, to a funnel. There's all kinds of advantages with the virtual business card. So have that on your virtual business card.
That's another piece of, I mean, that's another diamond. And we have hello from Camille Robb. Camille, We're wishing you safe travels. Camille's been in Africa. Now she's going to Paris. Camille
Awesome.
is amazing and a very loyal listener. We really appreciate it. Even in Africa, she tunes into your show. Camille, we offer you safe travels and lots of prayers and
I'll tell you a funny story about my trip to Paris. So we were in Paris when these riots were happening, actually, when, lots of things were happening in France. And we were actually in the Eiffel Tower, and everybody had been ordered to evacuate. And we were kind of just enjoying, and we're still going up. Because the elevator was still going up. So our family was the only one in the entire Eiffel Tower, on the top, where you see the beautiful view, and it was amazing, but we were the only ones. And when we exited, we were able to see from under below because it was lighted. But there was a guy who was climbing the Eiffel Tower from the side.
What?
At that time, yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
no
that's
problem.
what happened. That's what happened.
You know what? It's so funny how you never forget those things. And it was only your family on top of the Eiffel Tower. So I'm sure your kids will never forget that day, right?
Right. And my daughter was actually, she was so tired. She was actually sleeping in one of the areas, and we got her out. Hey, everybody's getting evacuated. Let's get out.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. So adorable. Well, let me tell you, I mean, time just flies.
You're the pilot. Time flies, but you're the pilot.
That's true. It really does. And so, Bimal, this has been a really valuable lesson on the before, during, and after. But then I love the subliminal lesson of applying it to the recruitment scenario, delivering a good experience of attracting the right employees and contractors. So it applies to the marketing experience. It applies to the sales experience. It applies to the recruitment experience. Does it apply to any other type of scenarios you can think of?
Absolutely. Every single function. I can give you an example in training. Let's say when you train your employees at your office or at your workplace, how do you get your employees to come to the training? Because many of the businesses are, they have a hard time getting people to come into the room for training, or even coming to the Zoom training, or how do you get them to pay attention to what's being trained? Okay, that's the before unit. During unit is while they're getting trained. Okay. After unit is what do they do after the training, so to make sure that the training is executed. Okay, so that's on training. Technology. When you're using technology in your business, how are you evaluating what technology, what you need to use? What happens before you make, all the analysis on what technology resources you need to bring? While you're implementing the technology with the contractors or with the people or with the in-house staff, what is happening and how you're testing and experimenting that technology. After you implement, how are you implementing to make sure that you have a smooth, consistent flow and upgrade and constant updates? Now, software is real bad. Hardware, like think about our cars. If there was a small defect in our car, there's a recall. That's an immediate recall, right? How many problems we have faced on our iPhones or Droids, but there's no recall, right? We just have to deal with it. So software is really, really behind and bad. No matter which way you look at it, because a lot of these people, they get paid for bugs.
Yes, they do. It's pretty extraordinary. Well, that's amazing, Bimal. You always teach us so much, and what keeps you going? As not only are you building your own business and you're doing it so beautifully and effortlessly, but you're also building the businesses of your clients. How do you stay physically, mentally, and emotionally in balance? What's your law of life on that?
It's a daily time system that I follow. It's 4 quadrants and a halftime, like the Super Bowl. You charge yourself first before you start your day.
Okay.
That's your first quarter. Second quarter is you proactively plan your day and work the plan of the day. So you have your biggest victories and biggest things that you want to accomplish, make the day meaningful and transformative, and make sure you're getting those out of the way. and structuring. And you don't have to do everything. You don't have to react to everything. Making sure that, within all your feeding mechanisms, you have all the VIP notifications enabled, so you can respond to important things quickly, um, and respond quickly, so you can convert that into opportunities and move forward. The half time is to reflect, reconnect, recharge, and then the third quarter is reactive, and the fourth is disconnect.
You know what we might have to do, Bimal? We might have to get the cameras and follow you around one day. That would be interesting. I want to see, and we're going to dress you up as an NFL football player since you approach.
Well, I'm not that. I mean, if you compare me to a football player, I need to get as fit as them, right? Maybe I'm not as fit.
But mentally, you are, because you divide your life into the quadrants of the game. You're always motivated. You're always positive. We're learning so much from you, Bilal. This is gold. This is gold, what you are teaching us. And I hope that everybody tunes in next week. And every Monday at 10:30, from 10:20, 10:25 to about 10:45, we'll be going live with Bimal. Mark your calendar, bring your questions, and join us. There's another question. How long? We only have a couple minutes. How long would you say follow up with someone?
How long you should follow up with someone that they say they're interested what you do, so you don't seem like you're pushing too hard. So this is where a great question. So this is where, your sequencing system comes about. That is, a sequencing system means you have a follow-up mechanism where you educate with different nuggets on an ongoing basis to that individual until that person is ready. So you're always saying, whenever you're ready, here's 5. And here's what you can do, Camille. In your signature, in your email signature, in something, you can say this: whenever you're ready, here's 5 ways I can help you. And you can say that, so you're not pushing that. Are you ready? When you're going to be ready? So that we can get started. What you're asking, that you're keeping it easy. Whenever you're ready, here's 5 ways you can get started, or 3 ways you can get started, and let that person join your world whenever they're ready. But until then, they're consistently fed educational materials about what you do. So your education is nonstop. And until that person decides to leave or opt out, you consistently feed educational materials.
Exactly. That's so. It really is a process of building muscle, building content, building creations to keep your colleagues and your connections engaged. That's why I do the weekly networking event, because it's my way of staying connected, and I need to upgrade my content creation even more by developing more materials.
I say to Camille, the gold is in the follow-up. The gold is in the follow-up. So never give up your follow-up.
Never give up your follow-up. Boom. Another piece of gold. All right. So Camille, email us your address. We will send you a copy of Bimal's book. We need to wrap. Bimal, thank you for all you do to support our community and keep us ignited.
Right. Thank you.
See you next week.
Thank you. It was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you again.